The stock market rallied for a second day as tensions with Iran sent oil prices plummeting. Crude oil prices were down 6% this afternoon before breaking even and are now hovering relatively flat. That's after ending the day down more than 7% yesterday. The Dow Jones finishing up the day more than 500 points, the Nasdaq up more than 280 points, and the S&P 500 was up 67 points. So to break all of this down for us, CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins me now. Kelly, good to see you. So is this market rally sustainable long term?
If I could time the market, Tom, I'd be a much richer person than I am. Listen, I think you get into these waves where you see investors want to believe the positive or be really negative, and you just kind of see these big waves of optimism or negativity. Right now, they are hoping that the ceasefire is real. They like that oil prices are coming down, as you mentioned, but the S&P 500 is actually very close to a record. So we've really wiped out all of that tariff negativity that we saw in April. But if you peel back the onion, the driving force is big tech stocks, Netflix, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia. And if you look at some of the other sectors like consumer discretionary, those are actually down year to date. So to me, if you continue to see this coming earnings season, those tech stocks perform well, this optimism is going to continue. But if we get some bad news from companies, they say, hey, tariffs are really crunching our bottom line, you could see that swing the other way.
So as we've talked about before, oil prices, huge concern with this escalating tension in the Middle East, but they're dropping. So can we expect oil prices to continue falling? And what would that mean for the global economy?
I think you're going to see them hover right about where they are, maybe a little bit lower in the low 60s, because we're basically back to where we were before Israel attacked Iran. And then you started to see that big surge. So unless there is a big change, maybe the ceasefire doesn't hold, that would obviously send them back up. I think you're going to see them hover in this same place. What it means for the global economy, this is good. We want oil prices to remain low. We don't want to see our gas prices go up. We don't want to see this trickle through to inflation. But this is, I know, a really weird sentiment. You don't want to see oil prices go too low, because then it's not an incentive for energy companies to invest in more drilling, because there's sort of a break-even point when it comes to the price of oil. So that's sort of where you think of the broader global economic implications.